All right, I'm live on YouTube. Excuse me. Let me do Facebook. Live on Facebook, TikTok, and now the Gram. And I am now live on the Gram. Now, I ain't had time to do no show. I'm getting ready for my daughter's party that she having this weekend. So I didn't have time to set up a show to talk about anything. I haven't been thinking about it either. I called counsel, did consultations, no one answers. So I have nothing fresh on my mind. So I hope it's consultation Wednesday. Consultation Wednesday is when you get to call in and ask all your questions, and I'll answer them according to the law. So let me see if there are any questions for me out there first, and then let me also give you the call-in number. So Greg Brown already hit me with the 1111s. All right, the guest call-in is 516-418-5649. 516-418-5649. And what you do is press 1 to put your hand up in the queue. All right. So my first caller is 832-364. Peace to Yahoo. What up? Yes. You're trying to get married, right? Not divorced, but trying to get married. You're gonna have to have documents. You're gonna have put it this way. Let's talk about this, right? So let's say if you were getting married by the state, would you be able to use another name that you didn't do legally? Then you can't do it now. Right. When you do the name change, hell, you could change her last name, your last name, to the name that y'all married them. You know what I mean? Yeah. Man, someone flagged me already, and we didn't say nothing or do anything. Right. They just don't want me talking at all, bro. Jesus, a name change? Marriage? Y'all got a problem with marriage now? Shit. I can cuss my ass off, no flag. Talk about marriage. You're offending those women, man. How dare you want to get married? They can't get no one to marry them. They pissed. But now you're gonna run it in the newspaper, right? You're gonna take it down to the uh, real estate department and put it in miscellaneous, right? Uh-huh. And then you also give it to probate after you get the affidavit and all that back, saying that y'all are together, and give it to probate so they can file it. And you will literally be married. without a contract from the state. Now, the only reason why you're taking it to probate, now you can or you don't do it. Now, me personally, I wouldn't take it to probate. You know why? Because my express trust will be made, and her, and the kids will be in it, and that's how they'll get my property, right? For people who don't have the express trust, if you take it down to probate, that allows her to be a part of your estate without the state in the middle of it. Hmm. But I just wanted, I know it's not for you, but I'm just explaining the other. But that's all without a license. That's a private union between you and your wife to be. Then you take your name change paperwork and you would put it down in probate if you were doing it the other way. But the other way, you would just make sure the new names is included in your express trust. I feel you. Why would you be tying a social to the new name? First of all, you already got the job, right? You would still be working up under the straw man. You would put no social at all. You cannot put a social to the new name, or else you might as well just have a regular straw man. You see what I'm saying? But hold on, let me say this. The U.S. Constitution, Georgia Constitution, and the Articles of Confederation says Indians, under the 14th Amendment now, Indians shall not be taxed, right? Well, you already know you got to do the W4T workshop so you can do the paperwork and not be taxed. If you're not taxed, there ain't no reason to give them the social. If you do give them the social, it's to show them don't tax it, don't do nothing with that number. You know, the 14th Amendment's not real. It was never properly ratified, but who was exempt from all of that was Indians. If you making sure you're not taxed, you are definitely an Indian because you're already Aboriginal Indian by blood. You just got to now start enforcing the documents and acting like it. Yes, sir. So pick up that WT workshop and jump on it. You know how many brothers, man, I can't tell you how many brothers keep on doing testimony saying, yo, I don't pay taxes, I don't pay federal or state. You know, that's like getting a 33% raise, right? Get all your money in your pocket. And soon I'm going to show y'all how to get the tax ID card from the government that's going to make it where when you just spending money out wherever you are, you ain't paying sales tax either. Indians shall not be taxed. You see what I'm saying? So I'm giving y'all the tools. Y'all got to use them though. So if you're making, let's say, 60,000 a year, you're not going to bring home 45. You're going to bring home 60,000 a year. All right. Anything else? All right, then. Peace. All right. I'm going to 469-258. Peace to Yahoo. Yes, sir. Hmm. Yes. Yes. That's all in your injunction. Yep. You're not supposed to. Why didn't you say, are y'all resurrecting an army against American on American soil? You gotta, when they did it, you were supposed to speak it because that's unconstitutional when they know it. You don't need to tell them who you are. You need to tell them that they're not allowed to resurrect the army against you. Now, one marshal can come up and talk to you, maybe two if you agree to that. Anything more than that? No, no, no. I've used that in court and they backed the fuck up off me and left the courtroom. Y'all gotta enforce the Constitution. But go ahead, bro. No, what you need to do, you said you handed it in, but I'm not confident in your competency. So, did you do a proper affidavit? And if you did a proper affidavit, how do you do a proper affidavit? Nope, you didn't put in a proper affidavit. So, you wasn't on that shit you gotta know affidavit webinar, was you? Uh huh. And you ain't been listening for the last few weeks either, because I gave y'all the law. Y'all have not been doing affidavits and y'all don't know how. Only thing y'all been doing is getting things notarized. Notarization is not an affidavit, bro. Only an affidavit is seen as evidence, bro. And if you don't know how to do an affidavit, you're not even rebutting their charges correctly either. You've been operating as a 14th Amendment citizen in court instead of operating as a real man or woman. Only a real man and woman can do affidavits. Corporations can notarize. See, so I'm basing it off of, I asked you how to do it. You said just the way you were doing the paperwork. Haven't you heard me say in the past, I reserve my right to change my mind when new and better information comes? Oh, you said in the past. You didn't say just taught. You did not say just taught. Okay, what law am I talking about with affidavit then? All right, now I think you capping, but I'm gonna let it be because I ain't got no proof. The law is 922 CFR 92.22, and I'm gonna read it. Y'all ain't doing affidavits, yo. And this is why we're going to have a little workshop, something slight to help y'all along, because wasn't enough people in that webinar. Y'all really need to get the goddamn webinar, but we're going to make the lesson show you nothing but the law that says what to do. and it describes how to use this law right here. It says affidavit defined. An affidavit is a written declaration under oath made before some person who has the authority to administer the oath. Did you do that? No. Okay. What did you write on your paperwork, bro? I keep on asking you this. I understand that. That's your affidavit. I'm not talking about the body of the affidavit. You're talking about the body. I'm talking about this law right here. What did you write out of this law right here? Because if you didn't use this law, you didn't write an affidavit. And I just read the law to you. That this law? That's not this law. No. So you didn't write an affidavit, as I told you didn't. You didn't even. I just read it to you. It seemed like you didn't even get it. You didn't even grasp it. Well, you're gonna have to go back and listen, bro. You missing key parts, but you in court. All right then. Peace, my brother. See, I gotta test y'all to make sure y'all getting the right information. You're doing it correctly. All right, I'm gonna break this down for y'all. Right, an affidavit is a written declaration under oath. That means I have to declare something, but I have to do it under oath. To be under oath, I have to be sworn in. Just like you see a witness on the in court. Before the witness say anything, they swear him in. You have to swear yourself in. No one else gonna do it for you. You have to do it. It's at the top of the paper. I have to say, I declare under oath, under pains and penalty of perjury, in front of the underlying authority that has authority to administer oath. That's using this law right here. If I don't say I made these statements in front of someone who can take the oath and has the authority to administer oath, it is not a affidavit. I have to write that at the very top before I say anything. That's how you swear in on your paperwork. That's how you do an affidavit. And then at the bottom, you say, I declare under penalty of perjury, the aforementioned is true and correct. Made in front of a person who has authority to administer oath. See, they broke the law into two parts. One part is called unsworn declaration. The second part is called affidavit defined. Y'all niggas ain't using the affidavit defined. If you don't use this part, it's not a affidavit. I'm still working for you. I'm still, see, it was only 53 people on that webinar. That's how I know people still don't know how to do affidavits and don't know what I'm talking about. Most of the 53 people that was on the webinar, they sending me their affidavit. They like, hold on, let me read an email for you. Let me read an email for you. I can't make this shit up. You know what I mean? 1 second. Damn, I just sent it and now it's not there. Okay, let me see. Go to the show. Because I just forwarded to my wife, so I know it had to be there. No, that's the injunction webinar. Yo, they are really messing with all my stuff, especially my emails and emails I send out for I wanted to read the exact words. Basically, he said he was on the webinar. It was off the chain. He did his webinars over, and the shit is banging. And then he said, yo, but I didn't receive the templates, so I had to write it. But my shit is night and day compared to what I did. I know I'm doing it right. That's basically what he wrote, right? And y'all got to know how to use these laws, man. I tell y'all all the time, y'all's interpretation, even when y'all be having the laws, your interpretations don't be right of the laws. Y'all need someone to break it down. I don't understand how. I mean, I literally sent out the email while we was waiting, playing the music. I don't see how it's not there. Anyway, I'm just gonna move on. Just gonna move on. Obviously, they don't want me to show you it. Now, someone had asked, said a statement in the chat. He said, "Trained man wins. Negro and Indian are the same thing." So, actually, if you go back to when the 14th Amendment was created, they said the year was 18 something or 17 something, early 1800s, late 1700s. They said back then, uh, Negro, Indian, and more was synonymous at that time. I mean, all the same things. You could read the laws when the 14th, they said Negro, Indian, and then they started separating it. Every 20 years, they wanted to separate what they called us so they would get us further and further and further away from who we were. They were also calling you Jews back then, too. All you got to do is go into the books that was written back then and read it for yourself. All right. So with that being said, let me get to the next call. I'm going to 786-878. Peace to Yahoo. Mm-hmm. See, so now you ain't really read literature and encyclopedias and dictionaries of that time. Free white man meant the same as a free man or free colored man. The whole point is free. In the dictionary, You can look up free white person and it'll give you a whole different definition than what you think it is. They did a Uno reverse card on many, many things. You see what I'm saying? And you're looking at it as the definition that you know today. Just like someone now just wrote, Negroes and Indians are not the same thing. There's a missing link. This is a brother I could tell ain't never studied either. You know what I mean? Let me break down something that you may not know. All right. You ever heard of Black's Law Dictionary? Mm-hmm. What's the difference between Black Laws first edition, second edition, third edition, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh? Do you know? Hell no. Each edition was written for a certain time period. And when the time period changed, they made a new one for the new definitions because they changed the definitions, added and took away. Most of the time, they are making a new one to take stuff out, to hide stuff. So in the Black Laws Dictionary, it tells you what free white man meant. In Webster Dictionary, it told you free white man, and I think the time period was I want to say late 1617. I can't remember exactly, but it's in there, and it's changed. I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. When black people created the word the way you use it in slang, oh, that nigga woke. What did that mean? Right. Today in 2024, white people then stole our slang and they use it. They say the woke media and all that. The woke means what now? It means opposite, bro. That means that them niggas got their own agenda and lying. So just 5 years ago, nigga, if you was woke, you knew all the history, right? Now you use the word woke. Ah, nigga, you on your own democratic agenda. You a liberal. You see what I'm saying? All right, I'll give you another example. Damn, shorty batted in a motherfucker. What that mean? She looks super good, right? That's when we took the word and changed it. Originally, when you said someone looked bad, they look terrible. Yo, languages change with time and they can do a whole 180. 180 degrees. That means it's opposite of what it used to mean. Yo, Okay, let me say it again. Let me say it again. I'm glad you brought that out. The things I taught y'all how to do, like the injunction, all that absolutely works, right? It still don't change that we didn't do a proper affidavit. We did an affidavit as someone who was within the United States and someone who was a 14th Amendment. That means a corporation. I'm now teaching y'all how to do affidavits as a man or a woman in the private under the United States of America in the Republic, right? So that's the difference. But yeah, the injunction works the way it is. But yeah, we can get better. That's why I said I reserve the right to change my mind when I get better information. Right. No, less is more, not more is more. If you write, think about it. Let's talk about you, right? Let's talk about me and you. If I wrote something to you and it was 1 page long, would you read it? Mhm. Right. All right. If I wrote something to you and it was 20 pages long, would you read it? Or you gonna skim it? You're not gonna read it, right? And I think you're right. You will try to read it and then say, "Man, put that shit down." So that's what they're doing because all Americans do the same shit. It's just I want you to think about uh what's it called? The I ain't did one in so long. A resume, right? A resume, you got to give them the best qualities and the things you learned in all your jobs, but you can't list every job. The most you can list is 2 to 3 jobs because a resume can only be 2 pages, right? And you got to have bullet points so that they can just read the bullet points without actually reading it. Why? Because some niggas don't want to read 2 pages, 50 applicants, right? So you got to learn how to do bullet points and keep it simple and short. You feel me? Less is more. Mhm. Yeah. Well, it's just like a book, bro. You read a book before, right? How many books have you read cover to cover? That's pretty good, bro. That's pretty good. But most people, what they do is look in the glossary. The glossary is the bullet points, right? And they literally pick which chapters they gonna read because it was a summary of the chapter. Oh, I'm interested in that. I'm interested in this. Some shit in books I'm just not interested in. Like if I was reading a book on health, right, and it was talking about erectile dysfunction, I'm not reading that chapter. I don't have that problem, right? If it's talking about someone with AIDS, I'm not reading that chapter. I'm skipping it. I don't have AIDS. If it's talking about someone with vigilagro, I'm not reading that chapter. I ain't got Caucasian spots over on my skin. You see what I'm saying? So it gives you give bullet points so that person can skip around, but yet still know what story you're telling. Did that make sense? You do got to go in details, but you got to keep it brief. The laws I showed you, remember the laws kept on saying a brief statement. Some people are very long-winded. Some people keep on saying, reiterating shit again and again and again, and all that. Tell you the story 5 different ways, nigga. I listen to people who tell me shit all the time. I don't want to hear that. I heard you the first time. I'm not dumb. I don't need you to explain it to me again a different way. I already gave you what I thought about it. It's not going to change no matter how many different ways you tell the same story. And besides, I'm not going to let you just keep on telling me the same story different ways because it's a waste of my time. You know? Right. Right. Look at how many foundational documents is in the tax injunction, but I briefed in the motherfucker. I like quoting. I like quoting. I cut and paste the quote and then say, yo, y'all didn't do this. Yo, it said no slavery. I used the Articles of Association. It said no slavery. If I got to work and I get paid for my work and you get a portion of my work and didn't give me nothing for it, that is slavery. Did you know that? Do you know that's how the mob is in business? The mob wait until businesses sell their products, get their money, and then come around and say, give me a portion of that. Guess what? That's what the government and the mob have in common. The government is the mob. Don't believe me? In a government manual called Dad, what's the name of that manual? Ooh, it's a government ordinance manual. I can't remember it right now, but it tells you democracy means mob rule. Mob rule. That's exactly what democracy means. So the mob runs your government right now and getting a portion. That's slavery. The style manual. Thank you, Marlon. Shit, I couldn't remember. The style manual. Government style manual. And look in that style manual, government style manual. Google that and look up democracy. Don't believe me. That's your homework for y'all listening. Yes, you're right. Democracy is not in the Constitution. Yeah, yeah. All right, then. Peace, Yahoo. All right, I'm going to 254-338. Peace to Yahoo. And I messed up because we had a lot of people with their hands up, and I was talking too long to people. What's up, my brother? Peace, Yahoo. First of all, let me stop you right there. You don't have constitutional rights. There's no such thing. You have God given rights, and they're protected by the Constitution. Okay. Now, here, hold on. Who made the complaint against you? Okay, you need to sit down, write a real affidavit saying the Constitution, and explain in your Constitution it tells you you have the right to certain things, and that affidavit is the main thing. I'm going to read it for you right now. Well, give me 1 second. I'm going to tell you what to look for in your Constitution. Yeah. See, there's certain things y'all have to do. They say you have no right unless you know how to defend them. You don't know how to defend them, you don't have them. Did you hold on. Let me stop. I ain't got no consultation. I called two people today, they didn't answer. And if you wasn't one of them, I don't have a consultation with you. Did you text my phone? Okay, maybe your number was one of them. You need to make sure you text that phone number, because if you don't text that phone number, I won't call you. I won't even know you have a consultation. Okay. So it says here, Bill of Rights, uh, every person charged with offense against the laws of the state have the privilege and benefits of counsel furnished on demand, and a copy of the acquisition and the list of witnesses on whose testimony the charge against them is founded. Did they give you that? You told me no. Now, also, were you convicted of a crime for them to take your kids? So you got a lack of due process, bro. You got to write an affidavit. Make sure you get that consultation so I can walk you through what you need to put in this affidavit, because that's unconstitutional. And oh man, yeah, I don't do short notice because I don't skip. I don't skip someone else's turn get to another person. I said, make sure tomorrow's just the first of the what's the names. Make sure you take notes of everything they said in there. Once again, ask them who's the where they fit against me, and how come y'all took my children with no due process? They're not allowed to do that unless you was convicted of a crime. You yes, you are. You say I'm here to challenge jurisdiction. It was a lack of due process. A lack of due process means I've never been convicted of a crime. I've never been proven guilty, but yet you so say what? Yep. And then shut up. And then shut up. So, all right, good luck, my brother, in that hearing tomorrow. Peace. Sad, man. I don't like hearing stuff like that. They up to their tricks. And you know, those people be kidnapping kids for real and putting them in the sex industry. So we gotta work on that, bro, for real. With that being said, that's our show. Hope y'all enjoy a straight consultation today. Nothing but me talking to the people, answering their questions. Wednesday. Y'all want to get down with our private classes tomorrow? Shoot me an email at jonahbay@gmail.com. We put in the private bill on Telegram. You don't ask me no damn questions. I'm not going to fucking answer no questions. I only answer questions on the air or consultations. With that being said, peace to Yahuwah.